Hey, beautiful people, hope you're all good. So, I'm hearing it's time to accept yourself, and that means embracing the good, the bad, the dark, the ugly, your insecurities, your sexiness. And when I say sexiness, yeah, like let's be real, some people, like myself, struggle to receive compliments, yeah. So, someone could tell you something to you, you're blue in the face, and you just struggle to see yourself in that light. But obviously, when you start to become whole and balanced, your self love puts things into perspective rather than having to constantly have that outward validation. You're tapping into your own power and you can see that. You don't need people to tell you that. You just are that and you kind of embrace it a bit more. But I feel like a lot of people try to not be in this dark space because they feel like it's not um deemed as worthiness, it's bad, it's like toxic. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's a protection mechanism. It's something that helps you to uphold boundaries, to you it's a part of discernment. It helps you to see people and places and put things in check and allows you to not accept disrespect and not allow yourself to be disrespected. For instance, I can be a dragon. I will say that with chest, I don't care because at the end of the day, sometimes you need to. Some people will cross the line, cross boundaries, and you need to put them in check. Now, other people will be like, oh, it's my dark side because I can be the ice queen at the same time too. And I used to feel like, oh my God, like being like this, I'm too much of a hothead, I'm too fiery. Sometimes it can be too much. Okay, yes, there was times it was just like over random stupid things, but at the same time, it was necessary. And I did put that part of me to bed sometimes, but then I got to a point where I was just like, no, because that part of me protected me when I needed it to. Because when people were trying to take the mick, I was able to stand up for myself. Not a lot of people have that in them. And unfortunately, which I've seen and I've met, you know, they don't have the dragon or the ice queen part of them. And people are able to take libs with them. And, I mean, I do feel sorry for people like that. And it's not easy because even to them, that can be a darkness where you're allowing people to see you as a doormat. And the reason why you're allowing it is because there's the part of you with your bigger voice that you have suppressed because somebody probably told you that it was wrong, that you talk up too much, that you back chat and all these things. So you suppress that voice that you were supposed to have to protect you and hold boundaries. But because people keep shattering your boundaries that you keep trying to put up, you get to a point where you feel kind of like, the words that's coming to my head is like weak or not strong enough to uphold these boundaries. It's like building a fortress without a foundation. And every time someone comes to try and infiltrate, they are easy. They just knock down one pillar and the whole thing come crumbling down. And it and it's important because everyone's interpretation of light and dark is different. So what my dark is will be different from your dark. And at the end of the day, the main thing is you need to do is come into acceptance of all aspects of yourself and allowing that to come out to the forefront and embracing that in every aspect of your personality. If it no longer serves you and you don't want certain things, then discard it. Learn new habits, learn new character traits and things like that, and continue to grow and thrive. But if you know this part of you, it's not harming anyone. It's not even harming you. If anything, it was doing you some good to be that person once in a while, then so be it. At the end of the day, who is anyone to judge? And if anyone cannot accept you and hold space for you, then you need to use your discernment and realize, is this the people, places, and things that you need to be surrounding yourself with? Because if you have to continue to hide who you are, and it's not allowing you to accept who you are or be who you truly are, you really need to be using your discernment nowadays and really tapping into this inner knowing of whether this is really for you. Like, I don't know if everyone's been feeling this. The energies have been really crazy lately, yeah? And I feel like we're moving into a space of deeper inner knowing and authenticity where we can no longer operate from these places where we're kind of like living off an expectation or a version of ourselves that is not true, because all of that is crumbling. And I've seen people really come out of their shell who, even to me, would say, I have never ever in my life felt seen, heard, or spoken to somebody and da 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 da. And I'm like, but you did it perfectly fine just now. So clearly it's there. You just need to tap into that energy a bit more. You just need to acknowledge that version of you a bit more. You need to feel into that version of you a bit more and know that you're fully capable. But it's you accepting yourself as you are, to have the confidence, to have that self-belief, which is your confidence, to become that and just be that version of yourself. It's all about acceptance. Now is the time. Allow yourself to be who you truly are. Love yourself, free yourself, and liberate your soul, because at the end of the day, come on, do you want to live another year like this, trapped, feeling like you're not seen, you're not heard, you're still having to navigate things and overthink situations because you're still afraid to be a certain version of yourself because you care so much what other people think? Now is the time to care what you think, because that's the most important thing.